Shut up! I'm a hardworking contractor, 63 years old. For the last 35 years of my life, I've spent reading. Most of us realize the world's on fire, and it's not the fire of the Holy Spirit. It's the fire of hell. And I'm trying to offer some insights of what it takes to be a true man, not Andrew Tate version of a man. My name is Paul List. I'm your mentor.
What is truth? Is there truth? Is there objective truth? Is truth relative? Let's just talk about truth. Start us off.
Okay, well, we're referring to Aristotle again. You'll hear me refer to Aristotle frequently because he was such a gift to humanity. And it's been a grave injury to humanity when we rejected Aristotle and Aquinas in the Enlightenment, and we're suffering the consequences. Truth is being. Being is truth. Nothing that is untrue has being.
And what do you mean by being?
Being,
existing?
Existence. And not just existence in the material, but also existence in the immaterial. Concepts.
The metaphysical.
Metaphysical. We'll just take, for example, the equation 2 + 2 = 4. It's true. Being true is the only thing that's knowable. We cannot know anything that's not true, and therefore has no being. It has no being in the material. It has no being in the immaterial realm. No place in our intellectual wherewithal, be it the material perishable realm and where our mind dwells in the immaterial realm. Nothing that is untrue has being and therefore cannot be known. So we cannot build a science. Science means human knowledge. Scio from the Latin. Scio, I know. Science is just human. It's systematized knowledge of any object of thought. It makes a science. We cannot build a systematic system of knowledge on what doesn't have being, what's not true, what is untrue, what is false. We can't build it. We can't know something that's not true. For instance, we can't know that 2 + 2 = 5. We can't know that because it's not true. We can only know and build science upon what is true. Your opinions don't matter. Your ideology doesn't matter. Your individual, want doesn't matter. You can't build a science on that. There's no capacity. We have no capacity to systematize anything that's not there. 2 + 2 doesn't equal 5. It doesn't exist. It doesn't even exist as a concept. We can't even conceptualize that because it has no being. So being is truth. Truth is being. We can't know anything that's not true. Everything that we know has being in this realm or without the material realm in the immaterial realm, the metaphysical realm, the realm of higher causes.
That all makes sense. So let's investigate it. If we can't know things that aren't true,
which we can't. We can't know things that aren't
true.
We can claim. We can make all kinds of claims.
Thank you. That's exactly where I was getting. That's exactly where I was going. When Jesus says, "I am the Son of God," that's a claim, but it's a true claim because I'm a Christian. I'm a Catholic. I believe that.
And he was true. He was right. He was honest.
Let's break that down. You can claim something, but that doesn't mean it's true. So explain that.
Well, there's all kinds of all statements that we make other than commands. This is Aristotle again. Other than commands and questions, they're propositions, and they have to have a truth value. All the statements that we make, and just what I just said has a truth value. Either what I said was true or it was not true.
So when someone makes a claim, it's like it's true that you made a claim, but it's true that what you just said was false. That's how it would be. That's how it would have being. That's how it would have existence.
It has a truth value. The value is truth value. If it's false, is 0. It doesn't. It's not true.
Right. But let's say someone makes a false claim.
Right.
It's only existing because it's wrong, because it's truthful that it's wrong.
Oh, I see. I understand what you're saying. I do.
I'm just trying to wrap my head
I'll buy
around
that.
it.
But your false statement only has being as a false statement. It has no being. We can't build a science on it. We can't know it. We can't know what you said when it's false. We can think we know it. We do this. Physicists and astronomers, particle physicists and whatnot, do this all the time. I would love to have $1 for every time, you hear online or in the news, this changes everything we thought we ever knew about the universe or about X or about whatever. They're constantly becoming aware of that they were wrong. They were wrong. Of course, they thought they knew these things, but they didn't know these things. They took them as factual when they weren't factual. They've been proven wrong. So what was built upon it was an error to the degree that it relied upon that false statement. Okay, so we see we make honest mistakes all the time, but that doesn't mean that the honest mistake has being. It does as a statement, but not as a true statement. It has no being. We can't know something that's false. We can think we do. We can hypothesize. We can speculate. We can and we do, and we should do all those things. But we don't know anything as true if it's false. We can be deceived, and we often are deceived. But even in the deception, and we may build a vast, complicated system, structures and social structures and political and scientific structures on false prepositions, and we do it all the time. And eventually they come crumbling down. So is there truth? Yes, but there's no truth without being. Being and truth and true is they're converse. They can be exchanged, freely exchanged. They're convertible. Truth, yes. Universal truth, absolutely. There would be nothing without the existence of universal truth. We are not the origin of truth. No truth is contingent upon my opinion. This is a huge fallacy in this woke ideology, where we all go around making of ourselves gods. We are somehow the origin of our own personal truth. And it's funny, if I disagree with that, well, all of a sudden my personal truth has no meaning, and their personal truth trumps my personal truth all the time, which is just ridiculous. But we have this tendency from our fallen nature to make ourselves gods and to be equal with gods. Therefore, we want to be the author of truth. We can't be the author of truth. We can participate in truth. We can't be the author. We can't fabricate and bring into being our own version of anything.
I mean, it doesn't sound like this question is necessary, but I'm going to ask it because I think it's important to investigate and break down for the viewer. Explain and tell me why it's wrong. Tell me why postmodernism, the idea of truth being relevant or whatever. Explain to me why that's wrong.
Because it's a deception, and ultimately it will deny you your highest goal. It will deny you success. The things that we talked about earlier, it will deny your ultimate highest mission. It will deny you of everything. It will deny you happiness in this realm, and it will certainly deny you the joy of eternity.
Postmodernism teaches whatever you want to be true can be true.
That's just a common old lie of the serpent, of the devil.
Well, why?
Himself.
Explain it.
To bring us all to hell. That's the devil wants us all in hell.
Well, philosophically explain it to me then, just like you did with truth.
We're not the author of being. We're not the author of being. We're not the author of choice. We're not the author of our own being. If we were the author of our own being, then we might be able to have the capacity to author and to authorize and to generate our own individual truth. But we're not. We're not the author of our own being. That we can't create some counter truth that contradicts someone else's truth. We can all accept the common truth and have the actual truth in our common in our common possession, and therefore our truths agree. But the minute that our individual truth, quote unquote, leaves the domain of actual being, of truth, it has nothing to do with truth anymore. Very little to do with even opinion. It's just our vanity, our selfishness, and our weakness running away with itself, wanting to generate a counter reality that we find convenient and more comfortable and less demanding on ourselves. Demands less and less of us. It's very tempting to create truths that demand less and less of us. We'll always find people say, well, it's a tough decision. Life's full of very tough decisions. Life is really not full of tough decisions. Almost all the time, if you're faced with 2 or more decisions that you have to make on the same subject matter, the decision that's going to demand the most of you, that's going to demand the most sacrifice, that's going to demand the most investment of you, the most hard work, that's almost always the right decision. The one that demands the least of you is almost always the wrong decision to make. Thank you for watching. We're here to try to help you avoid hell and achieve heaven. Please read our book, Mount Doom, The Prophecy of Tolkien Revealed. If you're a Tolkien fan, this is Mount Doom, The Prophecy of Tolkien Revealed, where Tolkien reveals everything about his mythology, and we need to understand this now. Hell is grabbing for you. Heaven reaches down his hand and offers you the hand. This book helps you take the hand of God.